y'all, Dean Stilley here from the official home of unofficial Grateful Dead and music news, reporting on Dead & Company's Summer Tour 2022. We got live action. I'm so excited to have this underway. We're going to spend the next few weeks talking about the music we love, made by the musicians we love, all in a spirit of absolute and endless love. Let's hope. I'm not so sure, but let's hope. There may be some bumps in the road, but I'm just excited to get this underway. I don't think there's ever a time where there's anticipation is fever pitched. Yeah, anticipation on night one of any tour is so high, and typically my expectations for the quality of the music are pretty low. I figure there's going to be some train wrecks and some bumps in the road, but really anticipation's at an all-time high. Expectation for the quality is pretty low, and I think they exceeded expectations last night. I think that it was a great opener. I absolutely loved it. I had a great time here. I was just happy things were underway. We get things started as let the good times roll. Makes perfect sense. Listen, you're going on a tour coast to coast. We're starting a summer tour, a bunch of shows. Let the good times roll. I'm all for that. Jeff gets to his verse and lets the good times. Nobody turned his microphone on. That's probably the volume it's usually on throughout the show. I guess somebody forgot that he's got a solo verse in Let the Good Times Roll, so he needs some volume on his mic. By the time they got it up, the verse was almost over, so I'm not so sure it made the song worse. I think it was just fine. Anyway, right back down with the volume once he got done with the verse. So letting the good times roll. Playing out of that, they start playing. I'm looking around at the band here. Nug Stream was perfect. Not a hiccup on there. It's a great job by our friends at Nugs. So I'm looking around at the band thinking, this band looks healthy. Everybody looks good. I see Weir. He doesn't look like he came out of the laundry chute, the hotel laundry chute or anything like that. You got Kreutzmann, looks amazing. He's looking really good. Missed some stuff, had some problems with the ticker, but he's looking healthy as could be. I thought he looked great. So Oteil shaking his ass a little bit up there. This is a band that looks healthy and strong. Mayer looks good. We expect that from him. He's still very young. Anyway, the playing does what playing does. That's a little bit, I don't know if they ever got to the super deep end of the pool on that one, but it's just the second song out of the box, so I thought it was good. After that, Stranger, you get Stranger just kind of emerges. Stranger had no power to it at all. Stranger's like when you're at a wedding and you got to fart and you kind of lean and just try to let some air out a little bit at a time without making noise. That's about what the Stranger kind of seemed like. They were trying to make it interesting. I'm not sure they ever accomplished that. They made some efforts at it, but so I'm not so sure they ever got there. On the screens, it seemed like they had COVID molecules flying through space during Stranger. Mamma mia, I'm not sure about that either. Anyway, China Doll's up next. China Doll sounds great. Oteil, his new bass sounds great. I was messaging with him before the show yesterday. We're texting back and forth. He tell me new bass from Germany, a Sandberg bass, weighs 7.5 pounds, about half the weight of his other 6 strings, and he absolutely loves it. Said it's easy on him, easier on his body. He's been doing isometrics and yoga and stuff, and keeping his spine strong and healthy, and he said he feels good. He's ready to boogie again, so we look forward to that. China Doll, I thought, sounded great. Good to hear that. Mayer heartfelt solos throughout. I absolutely loved it. Brown Eyed Women, that was an easy one to guess. That's gonna be played a lot this summer, I'm sure, but no rust on that one. Brown Eyed Women, they got right down to it. That's a hoedown. That's a chance everybody gets. Take all that anticipation, you can throw it into your dance moves on that Brown Eyed Women. That place must have blown up with excitement because they were killing it really all the way through. John and Jeff were tearing that up. That makes you happy to be alive and in the midst of something special. So Jack Straw up next. At Jack Straw, there's some, even when it's slow and stuff like that, there's some very cool stuff that's happening below the surface if you listen close enough. There's some very interesting things happening in there, and I thought that was a good time. Casey Jones closes out the set. One of the few times I absolutely love Weir's slide. I love the slide piece that Weir has on Casey Jones. That always makes me happy to hear it. Had some interesting choices, guitar choices throughout the night. He played a lot of different ones. Saw a guy, Weir, with a Les Paul on. They sounded good. He mentioned something that he got some new equipment and stuff like that sent to him prior to the tour starting, and stuff all sounded. I thought his sound was very good last night. There wasn't too many abrasive sounds coming out of Weir. I thought everything sounded pretty good. He did the interview during the intermission. I just served up a word salad, really. So I was get this idea during the intermission. Probably with the tour on the West Coast, my kids are still in school. I'm up early. I'm making breakfast and lunch and getting them out the door to school. I may just at intermission review the first set and then post the second sets when I get to listen to them the following morning or something like that. Might have to do that when we're on the West Coast till the kids get out of school, and I'm got a little bit different of a schedule in the mornings and at night. Anyway, so who gives a shit? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. So to get the second set underway, we get Althea. Not a great song if you ask me to open the second set with, but nobody asked me. So who gives a shit? They do a good job playing it. It's one of my favorite tunes, so it was good. John and O'Teal were killing it. There were segments in that where they were tearing it up right from that, because Scarlett's gonna that increases the temperature of any room. Things start heating up during Scarlett. You just know you get to embark on a tremendous musical journey. Scarlett, China Rider, Fire. That's there you go. You're taking the classics and mashing them together. The China Cat was great. Going in the transition jam, Mayer, he keeps reaching back for the intro to China Cat. Kept hearing that China Cat come back throughout the transition jam, and they didn't slow it down into Rider. They just let that whole thing move smoothly into the Rider, which was a good time. And then you get Fire. There you go. They dropped the Fire. O'Teal kicks that off, thumping away on the new Sandberg bass. Sounded great. Everybody, that's a good time. That's a strong segment to get the second set started. Drums in space. I know Mickey, he looked like he was taking batting practice or something. Maybe he was in the cages there at Dodger Stadium taking batting practice. He's back to batting gloves. He had them off. It looked like Kreutzmann tried the batting gloves for a little bit for a couple songs. He said, fuck this, I'm not wearing batting gloves. So he took them off. I don't know. Mickey's back to wearing gloves. Nobody cares. Coming out of space, you get Dear Mr. Fantasy. Absolutely loved it. Here's an example, I think, of when Mayer's in his natural voice and Weir's the one doing the falsetto. I think the harmonies sound pretty good. So when it's the other way around, when Weir's natural and Mayer's in falsetto, I think it sounds shitty. But in this case, I thought the fantasy was great. Mayer in his natural voice, Weir and falsetto singing with him in unison. That was a really good time. Transition into Hey Jude. I really missed Weir going off on the Hey Jude. We want some Hey Jude, Hey Jude, ah! Everybody want to hear Weir do his Hey Judes there. And he's always, throughout the years when they started playing that, he's made that reprise an awfully good time. I was hoping he was going to dig into it. It seems like we just got the musical part. We didn't get the lyrical part. So maybe next time, maybe not. But I missed Weir really digging into the Hey Jude, the reprise that was always very strong. Stella Blue. Up next, Stella Blue, I'm looking, I think, Mickey, he looked like he may be playing some hi-hat again. Maybe there's a hi-hat over there he's playing. Put a cymbal maybe about a hi-hat spot. I didn't really catch it, but I was when I was looking. I think Mickey might be toying with some hi-hat over there, and that makes me happy forever. Saturday night, there you go. You get the Saturday night to close out the tour opener on a Saturday night. That's a good time. Then we're going to encore with Werewolves. You know, Werewolves, I love Werewolves. They get it started. Weir takes the first verse, and I think, I don't know, maybe Mayer should sing this song. I'm not sure. Weir does a very good job singing this song. Even though he's the Werewolf, I'm not so sure he sounds so good. And then Mayer took the next verse, and I thought, so I'm not so sure Mayer sounds so good singing this song either. So maybe give this to Jeff. Turn the volume back up on his mic, and he sounds kind of like a werewolf or a Cookie Monster or something. It maybe give it back to Jeff. I don't know. I don't know who should sing that song, but the jams were fun. I liked the song, and so I thought it was a great time. All in all, I thought for a tour opener, the quality of the music exceeded my expectations by a bunch. I had a great time. I didn't think there were any huge screw-ups or any really sloppy parts. It's not that everything was perfect, but that's the whole thing, is in Grateful Dead land, we don't expect perfection. It's all just like, so sometimes the accidents seem to be It's just divine appointments for musical greatness, and nothing got super sloppy. The wheels never came off the bus. Everything rolled pretty smoothly from beginning to end. For a tour opener, I absolutely loved it. I'm glad this thing's underway, and we look forward to talking to you some more after Shoreline. In the meantime, spread love. Love you.